Good morning, Kingsley community. Pastor Colleen Wehrman here, coming to you with another daily devotion for Tuesday. Is it the 19th? Yep, December 19th, going back to what really matters. Today is based on hope, everlasting hope. Read Psalm 146. Blessed are those whose help is the God of Jacob, whose hope is in the Lord their God. Psalm 146, verse 5. So Mr. Dixon writes, when the Christmas season rolled around just 2 months after my mother died, holiday shopping and decorating sat at the bottom of my priority list. I resisted my husband's attempt to comfort me as I grieved the loss of our family's faith-filled matriarch, Mrs. Dixon. I sulked as our son, Xavier, stretched and stapled strands of Christmas lights onto the inside walls of our home. Without a word, he plugged in the cord before he and his dad left for work. As the colorful bulbs blinked, God gently drew me out of my darkness. No matter how painful the circumstances, my hope remained secure in the light of God's truth, which always reveals his unchanging character. Psalm 146 affirms what God reminded me on that difficult morning. My endless hope is in the Lord, my helper, my mighty and merciful God. As creator of all, God remains faithful forever. God upholds the cause of the oppressed, protecting us and providing for us. The Lord lifts up those who are bowed low. He watches over us. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Bless me. Watches over us, sustains us, and will always be king. That's all of Psalm 146 from verses 1 all the way through verse 10. So read Psalm 146. It's a great psalm and a reminder of how God affirms that he is with us and gives us hope that we will be with him forever. So sometimes, Mrs. Dixon writes, when Christmas rolls around, our days will overflow with joyful moments. Sometimes we'll face loss, experience hurt, or feel alone. But at all times, God promises to be our light in the darkness, offering us tangible help and everlasting hope. So God secures our hope in his unchanging character. So what does it mean to hope in God? Well, that means that we hope he'll keep his promises. That means that we hope that we will live forever in his presence through his son, Jesus. I've got a bunch of lint on my sweatshirt. It's driving me crazy. And because God is never changing, right? God doesn't change. God's always the same. He always fulfills his promises. We know that he will always make true the promises that he has made throughout his word. So when he says, I won't flood the earth with water anymore, then he promises that. And we remember that. If he promises that he will always be with us, and he sends his son Jesus to affirm that, and then Jesus sends the power of the Spirit. So the Spirit is always with us. We know that those promises have come true. So when Jesus says, I will return, I don't know the day or time, but I will be back. So continue to make disciples. We know that that's true as well. So the hope that we have in God is that he will always fulfill his promises. He's unchanging. So what he says he will do, he will do. So how does that help you this Christmas season? If you've had a Christmas season where you've lost a loved one, that can be hard. Very difficult. And so you're reminded of that person not at the table. You're reminded of that person you didn't have to buy gifts for. So very, very tough situation. I know there's a lot of churches that do Blue Christmases, services, where people can just come in, reflect, and pray, and be filled with memories of their loved one. But the hope is that God said, I will be with you. Jesus said, I will be with you always, even to the very end of the age. So in faith in Christ, we are with Christ forever until the end of the age, and so are our loved ones. So that gives us hope that we will see them again. So what does hope do for you? What does God, his unchanging character, mean to you? So spread that news to someone today. Let them know that God doesn't change. The world changes, people change, times change, technology changes like, I don't even know, every second. I'm sure I'm 5 phones behind what I'm supposed to have. Too bad. So things change all the time, and we have to be used to change, but God never changes. So that's one constant in our life. And because God never changes, we can rely on the fact that what he says in his word will always be true, because he doesn't change his mind. So, yeah, I got this cute little card from one of our families yesterday, from some little girls, sent me a card. Dear Kingsley United Methodist Church, my family appreciates the love and kindness you've shown us. I'm a single mother of 2 young boys who left her abuser of 6 years this year. To say it's been difficult is an understatement. This year has tested every ounce of my faith I had in myself, humanity, and any sort of higher power above. But through it all, we've still found love and signs of hope. Your congregation is one of those, and I appreciate it deeply. My financial assistance is immensely helpful. The financial assistance is immensely helpful, but the kindness of strangers is the greatest gift. Thank you for caring, restoring faith, and bringing the magic to Christmas. Isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh. And then her little boys colored me a picture. So I just read that, so I'm still in a little awe by that. But we were able to help 27 families, 74 kiddos. Each got a $50 gift card and a bunch of food, a bunch of hygiene items, bunch of toys, different things that we could collect for Adopted Child Family Christmas. We do that every year. These are local families that have been screened through the counselors, where they are just having a hard time. They, like in this situation, that's one income single mom. The single moms are my heroes. Single dads too, but we usually get a lot of single moms, and so, you know, they're the ones left holding the bag, shall we speak. They're the ones that have to make Christmas. And when you have only one income, and it's a struggle, especially now with the higher prices of everything, having, you know, a big box of food, big ham, breakfast, lunch, dinner, Christmas, and then other food for throughout the week that they can eat, and hygiene items like, you know, toilet paper, feminine hygiene items, toothbrushes, toothpaste. You know, everybody's toothbrush gets old, and they don't even think about the fact that, you know, I don't even know, the cheapest toothbrush I've seen is at the dollar store, but you try to brush your tooth with that. Oh my gosh. Like rip your gums out of your mouth. So if she's got little boys, so you don't want to give them one of those toothbrushes. Won't have any teeth left. So anyway, that was a wonderful Christmas surprise. So I'll read that to the congregation maybe next Sunday. So I hope to see you soon, and join me this Sunday for 10 a.m. Christmas Eve service or 5:30 p.m. candlelight Christmas Eve service. We'll have candles at both, but the evening one will be your traditional Christmas Eve service, where the one during the day, 10 a.m., we'll still have songs and hymns, and I'm doing a little reading and that kind of thing, and the kiddos are going to help me tell the Christmas story with some props. We'll see how that goes. So either one, if one of those fits your schedule, and if not, join us and get your candles ready, because you can always light your candle and sing Silent Night at the end of both services. So I hope to see you here this Sunday, 113 Blair Street at Kingsley Methodist Church. Check us out at kingsleymethodistchurch.com. If you can't make it in person, 10 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. for our Christmas Eve services. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.